it going on, you guys and girls in the Illumination? Time to jump aboard the Loom train. It's JJD, the Illuminator here, the sweet one, also known by almost countless other aliases and nicknames, but we won't get into that right now. I was thinking of when I was a teenager, and we used to go and visit my grandmother. We found this little Italian market that was, I'd say, 2.5, 3 blocks. It was, yeah, maybe about 3 blocks away from where my grandmother lived. And it was a great little Italian market because they had a small little deli area where they would make the most amazing Italian subs. Now, if you don't know what an Italian sub is, around here we call them Italian grinders. But this would be really, really big. He would get like a 16-inch Italian bread, cut them in half, and he would add like, I think it was salami. I could be wrong about some of these, but I think it was salami. It was mortadella. It might have been, as we call it, gabagol. Most people call it hot capicola. There was 3 meats in there, lettuce and tomato, hot pepper rings, which was better. If you wanted sweet peppers, they had green rings of the sweet peppers. It wasn't quite as good. You needed that little bit of hotness in there. I want to say pickles. That was about it. Maybe even olives. I can't remember if they put the black olives in there. Sorry, I'm sweating like a goose today. A stuck pig. I'm sweating because I just did the ducks. Just fed them and everything, and it's a little bit on the humid side today. I apologize. But that being said, he was, yeah, I think they put black olives in there. Don't quote me, but really, really good. It was like, it was fresh because it was from a deli. It wasn't like some of these small sandwich shops where they give you this thin bread, and this was just the bomb.com. I mean, you couldn't beat this sandwich. And we're going back to right around 1990, maybe the mid-90s, mid to late 90s. And it stayed cheap for a long time, but it was $4.25. And then it went up. I think it was $4, and it went to $4.25. I think at one point, the last time I had got it, it was still only $5 for this big, huge sandwich. It was $5. So even selling it at only $5, like, you know, Subway with a $5 foot long that they don't have anywhere close to nowadays. This was a huge sandwich for $5, and they must have still made a huge profit on it to be able to keep it that low for so long. Everybody in town knew about it, and it was really, really good. But as I found out, because ever since my grandparents passed away, I haven't been down that way in a long time, to that side of town anyway. I found out that the owner had closed up. This is probably going back within the last 2 years, but the owner had closed up, and it just wasn't economical anymore. You just can't compete with the super Walmarts, the Walmart Supercenters, and these other supermarkets. Just couldn't compete anymore. But it was a real travesty because they had the best sandwiches. They sold other sandwiches too, and they would sell, again, hamburger meat, you know, ground beef. They would grind it right there. They had 2 qualities. You either had the 80-20, 80% lean or 20% fat, however you say that. They had the 80-20 and they had the 90-10, and it was unbelievably inexpensive, but I miss it. But I could really go for one of those sandwiches right now. Oh. What about you guys? Do you ever have a place that's not around anymore that you just remember that you just couldn't beat? You know, especially food. Put your comments below. I love you all. Take care. This is the Illuminator, and I'll be back.
Please, sir, I want some more.
No way, Jose. This stuff ain't free.